Before Game 5, Iverson was given the league's Most Valuable Player award. Without even realizing it, Allen was making his most persuasive case for acceptance on his own terms.
Every time I come in this arena, I hear my favorite song. You know, y'all voices. So it's time for y'all to play that song. Let's make this noise and get this party jumping.
And during Game 5, he played like the MVP as he gave the fans a performance for the ages.
He was unstoppable. Fallaways, trip plays, fadeaways. It didn't matter. Stuff was going in that basket and the place was going wild.
Yes! AI sees all and hits all.
Throughout the playoffs, he got into a lot of people's living rooms that didn't really know who he was. And to be 165 pounds and to be 6 foot, I think people realized, man, this kid is something special. You know, man, I'm taller than that guy. I'm bigger than that guy. How does he do it against these monsters?
52 points for Iverson. He is the man.
And the little guy, the MVP, trots to the sideline, asking from the fans, let me hear you.
Iverson showed the basketball world how much he cared about winning. And no one was talking about his image any longer.
When you see the way people react to him, it's kind of nice. You don't look at the tattoos or the cornrows. You just look at what's inside of him. I think it's the greatest story in sports.
But the story wasn't over yet, as Vince Carter scored 39 points to give Toronto a Game 6 win and take the series to a 7th and deciding game.
Spinning is Carter against Mutombo, the big giant. He scores anyway. That's Carter at his best.
But as Game 6 ended, Carter would step off the court and into a controversy as he chose to attend his college graduation in North Carolina on the morning of Game 7.
It's two of the biggest things in my life right now, Game 7 and the graduation. So I'm trying to split them in half and give time for both.
Ironically, now it was Vince who was in the eye of the storm, and his decision became a source of conflict among the Raptors.
I spoke to each and every player on this team, gave them the opportunity to agree or disagree with the decision I was making. And a lot of people disagree with what I did, but I didn't, because I knew I was going to be ready to play.
And he was, as the Raptors jumped on Philly and even had a surprise for Iverson as they double-teamed him and bullied him all over the court.
Iverson went down so hard, he has a hurt back, and he is grimacing in pain.
Banged up and exhausted, Allen would need to make an adjustment.
Allen, I must tell you again, when they double, you got to go into some kind of passing game. The ball has to move.
Playing like a champion, Iverson would give his team whatever it needed to win.
That's a nice find by Allen Iverson, trusting his teammates.
Handing out a career-high 16 assists, Iverson pushed the Sixers into the lead.
Great feed by Iverson. He's a passing machine.
But fittingly, the game and the series would come down to a final shot.
I wanted the ball more than anything. It's my chance to go out there and win the game. And coming out on the court, you know, I was ready.
Curry has it. Carter trying to get free. Carter at the buzzer. No good. And the Sixers hold on and advance to the conference finals.
He had a chance, and you know, that's what type of battle it was. It came down to one shot. That was a great series.
It seems a hard one to swallow right now. All I think about is that shot. You know, something you live for. You know, maybe next year.
For Carter, the series was bittersweet. For Iverson, it was a validation. For everyone else, it was one to savor.
It wasn't Bird or Magic. It was close. It was close. And some would argue, as far as individual spectacles, it might have been better than Bird and Magic because it was that great. I will remember that for the rest of my life.
Look at the hustle by Miller. Look at the Sixers. Tic-tac-toe, and Iguodala heaves it down. Oh, Tayshaun Prince fires it home. Ooh.
Turkoglu, top of the arc. Nice move down the lane. Floater in traffic is good for Hedo Turkoglu. Ford takes him off the dribble down the lane over Biedrins. Good. TJ Ford with another bucket.
During the 1980s, Larry Bird had established himself as the NBA's preeminent clutch player.
DJ make the inbounds pass. They double team and Bird. Larry, fake, fall away.
All right!
You know if the game is close and they got the ball, or you don't have no cushion in terms of a lead, Larry Bird can win the game.
Bird pops out, gets it on the sideline, goes baseline, throws it up, and Larry Bird did it again! He did it again!
Dominique Wilkins, on the other hand, was called the human highlight film and was known more for style than substance.
Dominique Steele. Here we go. He's going. Tom. Dominique does not disappoint the crowd.
I'm one of those people that believe Dominique is one of the top 30 players in NBA history. I just think if Dominique Wilkins had played with Kevin McHale and Robert Parrish, that he'd have championship rings on his finger.
Finally, in 1988, Wilkins would get the opportunity to not only beat Bird, but change his reputation forever as his Hawks faced the Celtics in the Eastern Conference semifinals. But as the series got underway in Boston, it seemed as if Bird would once again rule the roost as the Celtics cruised to 2 easy wins. But when the series shifted to Atlanta, Wilkins and the Hawks came alive and blew by the Celtics and then shocked them in Boston in Game 5. The Hawks were only 1 home win from eliminating the Celtics, but in the 6th game, they came up a basket short, and Bird was ready for Game 7.
Well, they had their chance. They had a big chance to beat us. I think now that we're going to come out and play like we did tonight, but we're going to be at home, and our shots are going to be dropping a little bit better, and we're going to be running a little bit faster, so I'd say Sunday's going to be a big win for the Celtics.
In Game 7, Atlanta would not only contend with Bird, but also with the famed Celtic mystique.
Every single player ordered room service before you go to the Garden for your 12 o'clock game. No one delivered it to any of them. And then you start believing that old Celtic Red Auerbach must have called room service and don't give them food. So literally, guys are on the bus eating potato chips and whatever they can grab a hold of.
With the home court advantage and his big game reputation, Bird went for the quick kill in Game 7.
On the drive, Bird with a reverse wraparound.
But Wilkins and the Hawks showed that they were there for a battle.
And Whitman with a slick pass to Dominique Wilkins.
Atlanta would enter the fateful final quarter with a 2-point lead.
Bird was having an okay game up until the fourth quarter. Kevin Willis came over and said, "Nick, don't let him score tonight." And Bird standing around. Next time I'm looking at Kevin, what are you doing? You know, his Bird eyes got like this big.
With the season hanging in the balance, Bird would lay down the gauntlet.
Tied at 88 with Bird again pulling up, putting Boston ahead. 18 points for Bird. Bird attempting to break free, stays with it and fouls. The continuation for Larry Bird.
When he made that shot, I said to myself, I said, I got to come down and offensively, I got to carry the load now. I got to keep us going.
Wilkins would accept Bird's challenge.
Dominique hits a three. Here's Wilkins, and that's what they must have.
It's a duel. Put down your saber.
That fourth quarter, maybe the best fourth quarter as far as mano-mano of all time. I mean, it was Bird and it was Dominique, and it was Bird and it was Dominique. All of us other guys, we were just standing around watching the game.
It was as if Bird and Wilkins were lifting each other, transforming the game from a competition to a state of athletic grace.
Lead to Bird off the fake, improves his position, and the Celtics are up again. 95 to 93. 23 for Bird. Wilkins ties it for Atlanta.
What a game.
It was beautiful to watch, and you literally did feel like you're watching it as a player. I remember it vividly, the shots they were making, the jump hooks, the fadeaways from the middle of the lane.
Bird cuts free, left hands it for the field goal. That puts Mason Jones and the Celtics back on top.
A mano-mano duel, Bird versus Wilkins.
Wilkins responds.
And anything's liable to happen between the two of them.
It's Bird's turn. And the Celtics have the lead. 103-101, and both benches are enjoying what they're watching with these two teams.
You had a sense as you were watching it that, wow, this was amazing what was going on.
Wilkins this time gives it up and then gets it back. And Dominique high off the glass. Bird snaps free. Comes up with the shot, and the Celtics lead it.
Well, who's going to blink first?
It was just two champions going head to head, two guys with incredible will to win.
In the most important game of his career, Dominique Wilkins was having the game of his life, but he had picked the wrong place and the wrong player to have it against.
It's like Robert Parrish always said, there's 40,000 eyes on Larry Bird because they knew he was going to get the ball. And we knew it, our opponents knew it, and now it's just up to them to stop it.
And it's Bird. Larry Bird promised it, and he is delivering in this quarter with 18 points.
Bird was not going to allow himself or his team to lose that battle, that game. It wasn't going to happen. And I think the longer it went on, the more perhaps the Hawks kind of realized that as well.
With Boston clinging to a small lead in the final seconds, Wilkins would need to stop Bird once to give Atlanta a chance at victory.
Bird comes free. Bird for the layup. You are watching what greatness is all about.
Wilkins never did get that one stop, and Larry outscored him 20-14 in the fourth quarter as Boston won the series. And while the game would only add to Bird's legend, for Nick, it would prove to be the defining moment of his career.
Either one of us wanted to quit. And just before the end of the game, Bird came to me and said, you know what? Both of us deserve to win this game, but unfortunately one of us is going to come up short. Because, you know, you have a guy like that that gives you that type of respect. It tells you that you have arrived as a great NBA basketball player.
orchestrator, he would have help from Jamal Wilkes, who delivered a command performance of his own with 37 points.
Magic comes inside, dishes, wants Wilkes, beautiful pass. Is he unbelievable? 42 points, 15 rebounds, and 7 assists. He starts at center, plays forward and guard, and leads the Los Angeles Lakers to a world championship 123-107 over Philadelphia without Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Turkoglu, top of the arc. Nice move down the lane. Floater in traffic is good for Hedo Turkoglu. Ford takes him off the dribble down the lane over Biedrins. Good. TJ Ford with another bucket. Oh, Kobe stole it away. Put it away. Slam dunk.
The 60 greatest playoff moments, the top 10, brought to you by Toyota. Choose any direction as long as it's forward. Toyota, moving forward. Welcome back. Just to recap, we've now revealed 59 out of the 60 greatest NBA playoff moments. They were selected by our esteemed panel of basketball experts, and their top 10 choices were then ranked by the fans who had a chance to cast their ballots on NBA.com. So, with that having been said, it is time to complete the countdown. Here's what was chosen as the greatest moment from 60 years of NBA playoff history. Michael Jordan's Bulls entered the 1998 Finals having won 5 NBA titles. And with a 3-1 lead over Utah, they look to celebrate number 6 on their home floor.
Does anyone think that Michael Jordan will let this series out of the city of Chicago?
But with 38 points in Game 5, Karl Malone would spoil Chicago's party.
All those plans for the parade, for the victory celebration, for the awarding of the trophy, out the window, baby!
And as the scene shifted to Utah, the Jazz had new life.
Oh, yeah!
With Scottie Pippen nursing a sore back, Chicago's burden set squarely on the shoulders of their leader.
Michael Jordan is going to have to carry the load.
Down to the angle left to go to Jordan. Michael, one bounce, fire away. Score another one. A man possessed.
Jordan is the guy they want, even more so than usual, and that's why.
But as he had throughout the series, Malone would respond.
Foul! The ball man delivers!
And with the score tied in the final minute, things seemed to be turning Utah's way.
Malone, cross-court pass, Stockton with a 3 on the way. Good! John Stockton with a cold-blooded 3, and Utah takes the lead.
With a Game 7 looming, an exhausted Michael Jordan would add one final chapter to his playoff legend.
The Bulls in a must-score trip.
Out front to the man, Michael Jordan. Jordan up top, fake left, go right. He's there, lay it up, score it easily. Wow.
Michael brings them to within 1.
Now puts the pressure on the Jazz to score once again.
Malone to the post. Malone stripped by Michael. To the floor, stolen by MJ.
Jordan's got it. The Bulls can win it right here. The Bulls can win it. Unbelievable.
17 seconds from Game 7 or from championship number 6.
Jordan to drive, hangs, fires,
scores! He scores! Michael Jordan running on fumes with 45 points.
The Chicago Bulls have won their 6th NBA championship.
That shot by Michael would close the curtain on the Bulls' dynasty as they wrapped up their second three-peat. And that'll just about do it for the 60 greatest NBA playoff moments, the top 10. In case you missed any of them or want to relive them again, you can watch all 60 moments by logging on to NBA.com. I'm Andre Aldridge. Thanks for joining us, and we'll leave you with some of the other great moments that just missed the top 10.
Harper's on Miller. McKee gets it in the middle for the win. Four-tenths of a second. Curry for the win.
In the spotlight, two players who first became friends in Philadelphia and went on to become all-stars in Los Angeles. Kobe Bryant and Eddie Jones.
When you play basketball in Philadelphia, I think you're a smart player.
That's the Philly connection. Those guys are almost mirror images of builds and athletics.
It's like we're two brothers. Philly connection on the West Coast, LA Showtime, doing our thing.
We're never apart, you understand what I'm saying? We're never apart.
What you think? I'm with that.
Unleashes Bryant. 3-on-2. Jones slams to the
bases. From the streets of Philadelphia to the hills of Hollywood, Kobe and Eddie are as different as the West Coast is from the East, on and off the court.
He's like a strawberry shortcake, and I'm like a pound cake.
Oh, fake the wraparound. Pete Maravich. He faked a wraparound pass.
He has a lot of tricks. He has all the, the oohs and ahs.
It'll be Kobe. Whoa!
Now, Eddie Jones is more basic, more of a quiet type. He's like a silent assassin.
Jones, Ewing dribbling. Here's Jones underneath. Hey, that's a tremendous play along the baseline.
We're very similar players, but we're very different. Like I said, I like to handle the ball a lot more. I like to create opportunities.
You create a lot of opportunities for me. The ball's gonna be there.
Yeah, I know where he wants it too.
You know exactly what I want. The more we win on the court together, the more people are gonna see that we need to be on the court together.
That's good D, nigga.
That was good D.
You did him. I always wanted to have a brother. Growing up in a house with two sisters, I always wanted to have a brother so we can play basketball together and kind of beat up on one another and have a good time. And me and Eddie have a lot in common, so it's perfect.
Yeah, hit me, dog.
What are you talking
Tell
about?
the truth.
I ain't touch your elbow.
Tell the truth.
I ain't touch your elbow, man.
Tell the truth, though, dog. Tell the truth.
Huh? Yeah, I got you.
Tell the truth. I got you. I know you got me. He'll tell you got me.
Eddie looks out for me for whether it's a place that I want to go and hang out. I call Eddie, talk to Eddie, and he'll give me some information, some feedback on, because he has to give the stamp of approval.
Yeah, Eddie taught me the shortcuts or whatever to get around a little bit, to get the practice on time.
If anybody does anything derogatory to him or says anything derogatory about him or whatever, I'm always right behind him. I'm like, we're not gonna let it happen like that. I just think, we really watch each other's back.
My Philly thing is, the crossover, the playground moves, shades going behind your leg like that, around your neck.
Just by being Philadelphia grown as basketball players, it's a world of difference.
I just try to think, I just try to think the game, try to make the game a lot easier for me. I mean, I don't have that incredible talent like Kobe has, beat you off the dribble real quick, all the, All that stuff right there, I ain't got all that in my game. You know, it's really crazy how our paths have crossed.
Learning from each other and growing together, these two rising stars even share the same dream.
So my man EJ, where do you see us in the future, man?
Destiny, man. Dynasty.
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 The legacy is our destiny.
Dynasty is our destiny, man. We don't have a dynasty here. I just know we are.
Peace, love, and happiness. Catch you on the rebound. Peace.
Eddie and Kobe were among 4 Lakers named to the Western Conference All-Star team. And here are the highlights from All-Star Weekend in total NBA. Making its debut this year was an event called Nestle Crunch All-Star 2-Ball, in which NBA and WNBA players teamed up. In the finals, Utah's Karl Malone and Tammy Reese were defeated by Houston's Cynthia Cooper and Clyde Drexler.
With that 73, Houston will be the inaugural All-Star 2-Ball champion, and I like this combination.
I'm Cynthia Cooper.
Clyde Drexler of the Houston Rockets.
And we are ecstatic to be the first Nestle's Crunch 2-Ball champion.
Next up on All-Star Saturday night was the Schick Rookie Game, featuring the NBA stars of the future.
Yeah, East, let's go, baby.
The Eastern Conference got off to a flying start.
Jake Thomas with a stop.
Stealing the show was Cleveland's Zydrunas Ilgauskas with 18 points and 7 rebounds. He led the East to victory and was named the most valuable player.
Ilgauskas on the follow, slams it down.
All right, East. All right, East. Good job out there, baby.
In the AT&T shootout, the Mavericks' Hubert Davis was really on a roll.
He's going for all-time best right now. Oh, my. Hubert Davis, money ball. Got it.
That is impressive.
Even more impressive was Utah's Jeff Hornacek, who came on strong in the final round.
He is rolling. I guess we can clarify this and say he is now on fire.
And Jeff Hornacek becomes the winner of the AT&T long-distance shootout.
The main event was the NBA All-Star Game, with 19-year-old Kobe Bryant facing the legendary Michael Jordan in a much-anticipated matchup.
Here is Michael Jordan, spins to the paint, first shot of the All-Star Game, good for Michael.
Takes the quick inbound pass, and his shot rattles out. Here comes Bryant ahead of the field for first slam.
Dribble it out after the long rebound.
Bryant puts it up.
While Kobe brought the crowd to its feet, Michael rose to the challenge. The 12-time All-Star showed the young sensation some moves of his own.
Count it, plus the foul for Jordan.
Backing down on Kobe, takes him right baseline, score it for MJ.
Scoring 23 points, Jordan led the East past Bryant and the West.
There's one star who is the star of stars tonight, the MVP, Michael Jordan.
When I first came here, I didn't know what to expect playing in the All-Star game. I just wanted to fit in. Now I know what to expect, and I'm just trying to fight off all the young guys.
That's it for Total NBA, but stay tuned. NBA Jam will be back right after this.
Tayshaun spins to the lane, puts it up, lefty, fills it up.
Turkoglu, top of the arc. Nice move down the lane. Floater in traffic is good for Hedo Turkoglu. Ford takes him off the dribble down the lane over Biedrins. Good. TJ Ford with another bucket.
Here's Marbury on the drive. Haynes in three.
After 10 seasons in the NBA, Rick Smits made his first appearance in the All-Star Game. Here's the Indiana Pacers big man, in NBA shorts.
Hello, my name is Rick Smith.
Rick with a driving. Oh, my!
And I play center for the Indiana Pacers.
Mark will throw it in and throw it the length of the court to Smith. Rick's got it, takes the shot. Bang!
I like to think of myself as a low post scorer, or a guy that likes to draw the double team down low and try to pass the ball out, for an open shot out in the wing.
Here is Rick outside. They doubled him and he drops it off in the corner to Reggie. He'll spot up for three. What a great job by Rick Smith to find it.
It's one of the best, nicest plays in basketball, and that really gives me a sense of accomplishment that I kind of started that play by drawing a double team.
Smith against Elijah Wan. Antonio Davis, an open shot.
Anderson's pass into the lane finds Keith. It's blocked by Smith. Open floor with Jackson. He's in the lane. He leads it for the trailer, and the big fella slams it.
I think that the new coaching staff of Coach Bird and the addition of Chris Mullen and Mark West to our team, together with some young guys, have really worked so far.
And the rebound by Indiana behind the ball. Smith, and what a pass to Dale Davis. Holy cow!
We've really had a positive attitude. Coach Bird has really installed a lot of confidence in us. And it's been a fun season so far.
Rick Smith, couple of dribbles, launches the shot, and knocks it in. Big time shot by Rick Smith.
Game 4 against Orlando, where I hit a game winner with 1.3 seconds to go. And that game had been close the whole way through, and in the last half minute or so, there have been 4 big shots. I think Penny Hardaway made one three-pointer to put them up 1, I believe. Then Reggie came back with a big shot.
The bounce with 8. Reggie from the wing. Hit! Boom, baby!
Then somebody else from Orlando came up big again. 1.3 seconds to go. We had the ball at half court. Derek McKee takes it out and throws it to me at the elbow. So I give an up fake, and Tree Reynolds jumps by me, and I let the ball go, and it goes in.
Derek looking, can't find an open man, flips it to the big fella, fake, shoots, and hits!
Next, another All-Star, the Seattle Sonics' Gary Payton. We went all access with Gary during his weekend in New York.
All-Star Weekend in your city. Welcome to the Hilton. Hey, All-Star Weekend, New York, man. You gotta love it, baby. Yeah.
Hey, Gary, how you doing? Welcome to All-Star.
Thank you. First of all, you know how the Sonics be the #1 team in the NBA right now? We about to be the West like that, too, so it's gonna be cool. So I'm just chilling, kicking it, and I'm gonna have a lot of good time. Bam! Here I am. Bright lights, big city. Well, this is gonna be all right. New York gonna be straight. I'm ready for All-Star Weekend. It's gonna be cool.
Gary, give me a little thumbnail on 3 real good teams out west.
Was there a specific moment or a game or something where you felt like you turned it around? How has the All-Star game changed for you?
Being here in New York, this is probably going to be the biggest All-Star ever. It's a big party for four days or so. And what you got to do is just have a good time. Hey, how you been? All right. B, my main man. How you doing, Bill? Good to see you.
Gary likes to interact with people with basketball, and that's when he's on.
Oh, Big Les, what's happening? Cole, what's happening? Chilling. What's going on?
Chilling, man.
Ooh, look at that atmosphere. We're going to play y'all all the time we can. You're going to play 40 minutes. Oh, yeah, I'm always going to have fun. You know, on the court it's competitive, but while we doing this, it's all great. You know, hey, y'all slow y'all roll, man. Y'all Cleveland Cavaliers, man. Excuse me. I got to change in my USAB uniform. Boom. It's on. See where? See Weezy.
What's up,
okay. What you doing?
What's up, dog?
Look right at the light. Straight, perfect. We're going 3-on-2s, man. Big Daddy, there's another ball in there. Like I said, I like to interact with a lot of the players. And when we get around them, we try to just have fun. And we don't play with each other too often, so just have a nice little practice and get a feel. It's gonna be good for that. Yeah! Oh yeah, I can get it heated up when you want me to. Yeah!
The best thing about basketball is winning. You're the best basketball team, in my opinion.
Let's have some pride and go get one, guys. Come on.
1, 2, 3. West side.
In the middle. Pick in the middle. Two up. Me and you, Sheezy. And you want this, Nick? Nick. Pick. Power. Come on.
Here comes Peyton. Now we may see a little passing action. Off to Richmond. Richmond going to come up over Rice. Yes.
Hey, Eddie. Let's make a run, man. What?
My brother. See you in the final, hopefully. I'll be here. Oh, I know we will. I ain't that song.
Hey, it's been a great weekend, but I gotta go. Y'all take it easy. See you later. Bye.
Don't go away. We'll be back right after this timeout.
Look at the hustle by Miller. Look at the Sixers. Tic-tac-toe. And Iguodala heaves it down. Oh, Tayshaun Prince fires it home. Ooh. Is cleared for landing. Out to Nowitzki, he's open. He got
it! The New Jersey Nets' Jason Williams made his All-Star debut and got to do it in his hometown of New York. We followed Jason on game day.
Here we are in the Continental Airlines Arena. We got the Phoenix Suns tonight. But hey, tomorrow's Friday, and that's when the All-Star Weekend starts. Slap on the happy grin. I'm so happy I got an All-Star Weekend dance. It's called the Big Fit. Here it goes.
J-A-Y, other letters of his name.
It's just a great feeling. You know, we were on the road for 13 days. Now that you're back home, you feel it. You get everybody around you and stuff. So now I really feel like an all-star right now.
New York, big city of dreams. But everything in New York ain't always what it seems.
There you go, New York City. Just like on the back of the jacket or on all the logos, that's what you see right there. All-Star Weekend. This is my big suite for the first year. All-Star. It's gonna be a big room. Wow, this is small. Traffic. Everybody getting ready to come down, see the start of All-Star Weekend. And until later, I'm taking a nap, fellas. So cut the camera. Let me take my first All-Star nap, baby. You know, I'm really happy. My parents have never seen him more happier. You know, my father, you know, he's a real tough guy. You know, he never says I love you. As soon as I became an all-star, everything starts and finishes with I love you. You know I love you. I love you. You know, so, you know, the last 3 or 4 years, I just put my ducks in a row and play as hard as I can, and good things have happened for me. About to go to practice. He's all, baby. Go time. Hell, Rick. What's up, baby? Which way we going? Come to get you? Shoot it, Glenn. This is when it starts getting good, baby. You can keep this. Put this above my bed at home. Everything's moving. Not as many interviews. Now you just deal with the people and play basketball.
Welcome to Madison Square Garden, the world's most famous arena, an NBA All-Star Sunday.
Grant Hill, crossover, off the pick, back to Antoine. Steve Smith in the record book. Pow, three-pointer. He's on fire. Slip, get back, get back. Cut. All right, Mike. I got this.
Michael eyes the floor, swings around kid. Smith runs the floor. Beautiful behind the back. Oh, showtime for Smith. And Jason Williams finishes.
One in the books. Throw in the towel. Throw in the
towel on the West team. Throw in the towel. Landslide. I tell you, East basketball has always been in West basketball.
Coming up next, it's our Jam of the Week, and we take a look back at some of the greatest highlights in the history of the NBA All-Star Game. And we'll spend some time with the 4 rookies of the Cleveland Cavaliers. They're all on their way to being young stars. The question is, can any of them sing?
I want to know what love is.
Turkoglu, top of the arc. Nice move down the lane. Floater in traffic is good for Hedo Turkoglu.
Ford takes him off the dribble down the lane over Biedrins. Good. TJ Ford with another bucket. Try to bust a move on Iguodala. There's Miller all the way to the cup.
In our Jam of the Week, we relive some great moments in All-Star history. Here's Jamiroquai with Virtual Insanity.
to the net. NBA.com.
The future looks bright in Cleveland, where 4 rookies are making an impact. Here's a look at young stars Brevin Knight, Derek Anderson, Cedric Henderson, and Zydrunas Ilgauskas. Most NBA teams would be happy to have 1 or even 2 rookies who can step in and make an immediate contribution. But the Cleveland Cavaliers have 4 first-year players who have played key roles this season, and they've become a close-knit group, drawing support from each other as they adjust to the NBA.
It made the transition a lot easier. You know, I had 3 other guys experience something brand new.
Brevin Knight going to go upstairs, and Cedric Henderson will throw it down.
It feels like a freshman year in college. You know, when you have a lot of freshmen on the team, that makes it easy when you have a guy your age that you can talk to.
The most unheralded member of the group is Cedric Henderson. He was a low draft choice, but he moved into the starting lineup and surprised everyone.
They didn't know what I can do, you know. He's like, he's a second-round draft pick, you know. He probably can't shoot, do anything, so I took advantage of them not knowing what I could do.
Henderson ahead now to Anderson. Count the basket, plus the 5.
I'm basically, I'm versatile, and I can do it all. You know, everything you think of about a basketball player is, can he rebound, can he shoot, can he score, can he play defense, can he do, you know, the basic fundamentals of basketball, and I think that's what I'm capable of doing at any point in time.
With his solid play in the middle, Zydrunas Ilgauskas is a big part of the Cavs' future.
I'm excited, but I know I can play better. It's just the beginning, and I'm getting better with every game.
Zydrunas also helped out his fellow rookies when the veterans put them through their initiation rites.
We had to sing.
Zydrunas was the best singer. You know, sing your song.
I want to know what love is. I want you to show me.
He's the singer in the group.
Yeah, he's the best singer.
Loses the dribble and has it stolen away by the big man. Ilgauskas behind the back.
They brought in a lot of new people, so we had like fair equal starts to get our minutes and to play a lot and show what we had.
Brevin Knight will push. Ilgauskas, what big step, and no crutches.
We just want to try to go out and have fun. That's the last thing we say, to try to have fun out there. Things will go our way.
Cedric Henderson with a shot clock at 5. Got to get active. Henderson, a real baseline jumper and fall.
We want to stay together. Hopefully bringing that championship to Cleveland.